Hey everyone, welcome back to the Instrument for Fun podcast. I'm Kirsten, also known as the Instrument for Fun on Mallory, and this is take 2 of this special episode because the first take I was done and I clicked stop and I did not record my video. And you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, iMovie's not going to work for you this time, but trust me, I'm going to figure out how to make it work. But anyways, this special episode is about how to pick out your first sewing machine and my recommendations for you on how to pick out your first sewing machine. So if you're a new beginner or if you are a person that's looking forward to buying into a machine, please watch this video because I have some good tips and tricks for you to buy a video. And it's kind of dark over here, but anyways, the sun's going down. So I can get to it. So when you're first buying a machine, you just want to make sure that the machine is good quality and is super simple. And what I mean by that is make sure the machine is good, like a good brand, and make sure it has super simple stitches. And the super simple stitches, what I mean is you want to have different straight stitches and you want to have different zigzag stitches, and you also want to have different types of buttonholes. And if you learn those 3 stitches, you can do any type of stitch, basically, just like knitting or crocheting. So that's what I mean by that. And also, you want to make sure the machine will work super well, is you want to make sure it's a good brand, like Singer or Brother, and stuff like that. And I'll explain that a little bit later. When I first started sewing, I went to Walmart and I just picked out any sewing machine there. And that sounds kind of like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, but really, I just found a machine that was cheap, like the cheapest, and it was the most simplest. And is that a word, simplest? I'm not sure. But anyways, I like to make up my own words, but you know how that goes. So I picked out a Brother machine, and my machine was it was a super simple Brother machine. It was the LX-3125, and it was $80, and it was the most cheapest one there. And I have to say, that machine is a very good machine. I still have it with me. It's right here. I'm looking at it right now. And if you look at my craft room tour, you can, oops, sorry about the jiggle, you can see what the machine looks like. So that's what my machine that I first got, and that's the machine that I recommend for you guys to get if you are looking forward to getting a machine, or if you're a new beginner and you want to buy a machine, that's the one. And I don't think Walmart carries the same look of it, but it will say Brother, and it will have the price next to the price, say $75 or $80, and that's the one that I'm talking about, because that one will last you for a very long time. It works very well. It is kind of noisy when you work with it, but any machine is pretty noisy. But this one's like kind of not too noisy, but a little bit noisy. So, and it has a bottom bobbin, and I don't know if that's the real word for it, but a bottom bobbin is what I call it. Is when the bobbin for the bottom thread is down at the bottom right here. And that's what the stitches underneath the fabric for. And so that's what that machine has. And so yeah. And some other machines, they have top bobbins where the bobbin is right here and you can't open up this area at all. And I can do a video on that if you want me to explain more about between top and bottom bobbins, because that can get confusing for some people, because I have talked to some people before and they say, well, what's that? And so then I just explained to them in person. But anyways, that machine, the Brother LX-3125, is super simple, and like I just said, it has different stitches. It has 7 different types of zigzag stitches, and 6 different types of straight stitches, and 3 different types of buttonholes. So it's a pretty good machine. You get to practice a lot. There is 3 decorative stitches on there, so you get to practice with some of that. And that brother machine is not digital, so it's not computerized, and so it's very simple and easy, and you do not have to think about the computerized. Because I know when I got this machine, my brother machine, this one is computerized, and it can get kind of confusing because it's just like a computer. You have to know how to work it. But anyways, what else can I say about that machine? That brother machine also has a free arm. Now, a free arm, again, like I just pulled out, is when you pull out the machine, like when you, this is hard to word, is when the arm is in the machine like this, and you can take it out, and that's called a free arm. And that's where you can sew like sleeves and socks and sweaters and whatnot on there, so it's much more easier. And I better get this video done because it's getting dark. But that's what a free arm is, and you can practice with that. That's a great tool to learn because it is super fun because you get to sew in a circle and sets. So I hope that kind of makes sense. And also, when you get to become a more experienced sewer, you can look into a more expensive machine like this one. This machine was $100, but this machine will probably run close to $230, I would have to say. I got this machine at Walmart for $100 last year for Christmas, and it's a Singer. Now again, if you're looking for a machine that's more pricey for a beginner, Singer is more pricey than Brother, I would have to say, for their beginner machine. But their beginner machine, I would have to say, runs like around $200 to $250 for Singer beginner machine. But Singer, they do last a long time. And when you are buying a machine, you would have to say, well, I know this machine costs a lot of money, but is it going to last me like years and years to come? Like, can my children use it? Can my grandchildren use it? That's what you want to say, because you want to have a machine that's going to last you for a lifetime. And so, not for a lifetime, but like for long periods of centuries. So, not centuries, decades. So that's what you're going to ask yourself when you are buying. I know this is inexpensive, like if you see a machine that's less than $50, I know this machine is expensive. Is it going to last me a long time? Is it good quality? Or if your machine is expensive, like the one you're looking at, I know this is expensive, but is it going to last me for long periods of time? So that's what I asked myself when I bought a machine, because I wanted to make sure that that machine was going to last me a long time. And good brands, I would have to say, are Singer and Brother. Those are my two favorite. I haven't tried any other brands before, but I do because I want to test out more machines. I'll probably go to maybe a sewing store and test out machines, but I'm not sure. But that's my two main brands I recommend, are a Brother and a Singer. When you are buying a machine, sometimes people go to thrift stores or yard sales because you can find a machine that's more cheaper than the ones from a craft store from Walmart, because that's what a lot of people do. That's what I did actually. And what you want to make sure when you are buying a machine from a craft store or from a thrift store, you want to make sure it works. And well, it's got bright all of a sudden. That's weird. But you want to make it works, because when I first started sewing, I went to a thrift store and I saw a machine there that was like maybe I think $30, and it was a Singer antique sewing machine. It was green, it was huge, it was fat, it was like from the 1970s. And so I was like, oh wow, this is antique, it looks good, and I plugged it in, it didn't work. And don't ask me this, but I did not buy it because I did test it out, because you want to make sure that machine works. And that's just common knowledge, because you want to make sure the machine works, because you're not going to buy the machine and go home and plug it in and say, oh crap, I just spent $30 on a machine and it doesn't work and I can't exchange it because I bought it from the thrift store. So that's what you want to make sure when you are buying from a thrift store, if it does work or not. And also you want to make sure it has a pedal and it has a plug-in to plug into your machine. And you also want to make sure it has a presser foot, or a presser foot is this little thing right here. You want to make sure it has that. And you can have a presser foot. This is the little foot right here. Or you can, if it doesn't have one, you can always go to your local craft store and buy one for your machine. So that's what you're going to say to yourself, and also look into when you are buying a machine from the thrift store or just looking at one in the thrift store. Also, same thing goes to if you're buying a machine or looking at a machine at a yard sale. Again, you just want to ask the person, can I please plug in the machine, see if it works and see if it suits me, because you don't want to spend money that you are been saving and spend it on a machine that doesn't work. So that's when you want to make sure. And also, if you're buying a machine from eBay, a lot of people, they do sell things on eBay, and I recommend is to type up or send a message to that person and saying, what was I going to say? Does this machine work? Because you want to make sure, again, the machine works. I've been saying that word for a long time in this video, but you know how that goes. And a lot of people, people are people, they do lie, and so you just want to make sure, well, do I want to take this risk to buy a machine off of eBay, or shouldn't I? So you just want to make sure about that. And also, go on Amazon. Amazon's a great website. You can find so many things on there. And I bet you can find the rubber machine that I'm talking about for a cheap price, and also maybe for free shipping. Again, if you want me to do the video on lower and top bottoms, just please let me know, or I guess I'll just do it because, excuse me, I just had dinner. But anyways, that's what I just want to make sure. And a couple places I recommend for you to go and buy a machine are Walmart, Amazon, eBay, Joann's, where else? A local fabric store, and I think that's it. I'm not sure. Those are the only places I looked at, and also you can look at thrift stores and yard sales. So, and also, I have one more thing. You can also go and PM Leslie of the Knit Girls, because she sews, and I guess you can always ask her what she recommends for you for buying a sewing machine. So I hope this helps. That's just my basic what I do when I buy a machine, because again, I want to make sure it's going to last me a long period of time, make sure it is good quality. So I hope that helps, and I guess I can do a sewing series if you guys want me to. So again, I hope this helps. Please like it down below. Please comment down below, and please subscribe for weekly podcast episodes and weekly tutorials. So I hope you enjoyed this, and please cross your fingers that this is going to help, because I want this to work, because I don't want iMovie to screw up anymore. So I hope this works, and I'll see you tomorrow for a not special episode, but a weekly podcast episode. So I hope you like this video, and I'll see you tomorrow, and take care. Bye-bye.